Welcome to this important video of Python programming. In this video, we are going to discuss two important statements which are named as break and continue statements. These are also named as loop control statements because they are used to control the iterations of a loop, and they are used to even stop the loop for a specific situation. These statements are named as break and continue statement. So let us look into the difference of these two statements. What is the difference between break and continue? Whenever a break keyword or a statement with this keyword is executed, then it will terminate the loop statement. The loop will be terminated and the execution will be transferred to the body which is just after the loop, which means it doesn't matter whether we are in between the loop, whether we are at third iteration, fourth iteration, whether we have not reached the final iteration or not. As soon as the break statement is executed, then the whole loop body is terminated and the compiler will move just after the lines which are just after the break, after the loop. Whereas continue statement works in a different way. Whenever continue statement is called, then it will skip the remainder part of the whole program body, and it will immediately reset, retest the condition, and it will check the condition from starting value, and it will not execute the remainder part or the part which is after the loop. Let me give you a clear idea with the help of an example. For that purpose, I am going to move into the PyCharm software. Here I have written a program that you can see. First of all, you can see here we have initialized a variable which is I, and it is equal to 1. We are going to set here a loop which is while loop, and this is I is less than or equal to 5. This is the limit of while loop. So in this loop, we are going to set a condition for continue statement that if I becomes 2, then we will use continue statement, which means as soon as the value approaches or the value equal to 2, then this whole remaining body will be stopped and no compiler will not further work, and the program up to that portion will be displayed. So in this way it works. Let me show it. Otherwise, if I is not equal to 2, then this part will be executed, and as soon as the loop gets completed, we can see here two lines under this loop which are out of the loop, which are not present in the loop. So I will simply run this code from here. I will run main here, and when I run this code, you can see that only 1 is displayed, which means that when I becomes 2, then what will happen? Then continue statement will be called, which will skip the whole remaining program. It doesn't matter whether we are in the loop or out of the loop, remaining part will not be executed. So let me differentiate it with a break statement. I will insert here a break statement. What will happen? We can see here the difference clearly. Whenever I will call this statement, then you can see when the break statement is called, then only the remaining portion of the loop is terminated, but the compiler will not stop working. It will move out of the loop, and the remaining portion which is present outside the loop, that portion will be executed. In this way, line 1 and line 2 which are present outside the loop, these lines will be executed. So this is how the break and continue statement work. Let me set here the limit as final limit to 10 so that we can clearly get the idea. I will use here 5, and as soon as I print, we can see here the numbers from 1 to 4 will be displayed, but when I becomes 5, then it will not display. And due to break statement, the compiler will move out of the loop, and the remaining lines which are present outside the loop, these lines will be executed. But when we use here a continue statement, then we can see here that the whole part of the program which has been left, then it will be terminated, and the compiler will no more perform execution. Let me run it again, and you can see here the output is displayed until it becomes equal to 5. As soon as becomes equal to 5, then due to this continue keyword, we can see here the remaining program body will not be executed, and no matter whether we are inside the out or outside the loop, it will not work. So this is how the continue and break statement work, and they are also called control loop control statements, and we often use them inside the loop depending upon the occurrence of a certain situation. Thank you so much. That was all for this lecture. This was informative for those who are confused in these statements. Hopefully you will leave your valuable feedback, and thank you so much.